Ram Ram.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Sunday. It is 7th of September. And it is Krishikesha Masa or Bhadra Masa, Sukla Paksham and Paurnimi Tithi. So today is Bhadra Purnima or Bhadra Purnima. And there are few events. One is Bhadra Purnima event. And the second one is Shri Vishwarupa Mahotsava. And third event is acceptance of sannyasa by Srila Prabhupada. And fourth event is third month of Chaturmasya begins that begins fast from milk for 1 month. And another event is the Shraddha Pitru Paksha begins. So this is the so coming not today. So this month begins, but coming in 15 days whenever the Amavasya comes. So that is Sarva Pitru Amavasya. So that people who are observing or worshipping the forefathers, they follow. Okay, so that Pitru Paksha or a Shraddha. Okay, so we shall read few lines from each event a little bit. So with regards to the Bhadra Purnima. So this is the special day to glorify book Bhagavata and the devotee Bhagavata. And also Swarup Mahotsava. Okay, everything is in one page itself. So, okay, I can read just this page. So can I request Gayatri Mataji, Vishwarupa Mahotsava, and then later on Bhadra Purnima event, Saranya Mataji, and then later on Shri Prabhupada acceptance, sannyasa acceptance by Ch5 Mataji. Okay, so Gayatri Mataji, would you like to read this one?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sure Prabhuji. Vishwarupa Mahotsava. From there Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, second read from the beginning.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna and pranamas, dear devotees. Today is Bhadra Purnima, a very auspicious and special day for all the devotees of Lord Krishna. Vishwarupa Mahotsava. Today is Vishwarupa Mahotsava, the date on which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother Vishwarupa took sannyasa, the renounced order of life. We hear from Chaitanya Charitamrita. After this, Jagannath Misra got a son of the name Vishwarupa, who was most powerful and highly qualified because he was an incarnation of Baladeva. Vishwarupa was the elder brother of Gaurahari, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When arrangements were being made for the marriage of Vishwarupa, he took sannyasa and left home. He took the sannyasa name of Shankar Narayana. In 1431, Shakabda era, AD 1509, he disappeared in Pandrapura in the district of Sholapur as an incarnation of Sankarshana. He is both the ingredient and immediate cause of the creation of this material world. He is non-different from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For the Amsha and the Amsi, or the part and the whole, are not different. As an incarnation of Sankarshana, Vishwarupa belongs to the quadruple manifestation of Chaturvyuha. In the Gaura Chandrodaya, it is said that Vishwarupa, after his so-called demise, remained mixed within Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Chaitanya Charitamrita plus P. I don't know what that is, Prabhuji. Plus, yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Can I request Saranya Mataji to read about Bhadra Purnima, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, today is Bhadra Purnima, from that, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Bhadra Purnima. Today is also Bhadra Purnima, a very auspicious day to serve Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam declares, if on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination. Srimad Bhagavatam 12.13.13. Varaha Purana says, Sri Narayana said to Brahma, O saintly Brahmana, among all of my festivals, the celebration of the appearance of Srimad Bhagavatam is the best. I am subdued by person who with devotion and love here decorate and worship Srimad Bhagavatam with the clothes, ornaments, flowers, incense, and lamp during festivals, such as a chaste wife subdues her husband. Varaha Purana. So Bhadra Purnima is a great day to gift Srimad Bhagavatam to someone close to us, including bringing Srimad Bhagavatam in our own home. We can also start reading Srimad Bhagavatam from today and even dedicate ourselves to read at least verses from Srimad Bhagavatam daily. There are multiple ways we can serve the lotus feet of Srimad Bhagavatam. This Bhadra Purnima and reap the benediction of Krishna has kindly left for us. Srila Sanatana Goswami prays to Srimad Bhagavatam, and we can pray the same. O Srimad Bhagavatam, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. By reading you, one attains transcendental bliss. For your syllables rain pure love of God upon the reader. You are always to be served by everyone, for you are an incarnation of Krishna. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O my only friend, O my companion, O my teacher, O my great wealth, O my deliverer, O my good fortune, O my bliss, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O giver of saintless to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the very fallen, please do not ever leave me. Please come manifest upon my heart and my throat, accompanied by pure love for Krishna. Krishna Leela Stava verses 414 to 416. Hare Krishna Prabhu, shall I continue?
That's all. Thank you, Mataji. Ch5 Mataji will continue. Next.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Srila Prabhupada took sannyas. 60 years ago, on this very day, Srila Prabhupada took sannyas for us. He accepted the order of sannyas from Srimad Bhakti Pragnana Keshav Maharaj on September 17th, 1959, at the Keshavji Mutt in Mathura. The background. I was sitting alone in Vrindavan writing. My godbrother insisted to me, Bhaktivedanta Prabhu, you must do it. Without accepting the renounced order of life, nobody can become a preacher. So he insisted. Not he insisted, practically my spiritual master insisted. He wanted me to become a preacher, so he forced me through this god brother. You accept. So unwillingly I accepted. Srila Prabhupada, Lila Amrit, Volume 1, Chapter 9. Do I continue, Prabhuji, or leave it there? No.
Continue, Mataji.
Oh, okay. Sannyas ceremony. Abhay sat on a mat of kusha. Abhay sat on a mat of kusha grass beside 90-year-old Sanatan, also to receive sannyas. That day, sitting opposite the two candidates, Narayan Maharaj, Keshav Maharaj's disciple, prepared to conduct the ceremony of mantras and offerings of grains and ghee into the fire. Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji, Abhay's god brother, known for sweet singing, played mridanga and sang Vaishnava bhajans. Sitting on a raised asan, His Holiness Keshav Maharaj presided. Since there had been no notices or invitations, only the mutt's few residents attended. Narayan Maharaj chanted the required mantras and then sat back silently while Keshav Maharaj lectured. Then, to everyone's surprise, Keshav Maharaj asked Abhay to speak. Abhay had not expected this. As he looked around at the gathering of devotees, he understood that the common language was Hindi. Only Keshav Maharaj and a few others spoke English. Yet he knew he must speak in English. After Abhay's speech, each initiate received his sannyas danda, the traditional head-high staff made of 4 bamboo rods bound together and completely enwrapped in saffron cloth. They were given their sannyas garments, 1 piece of saffron cloth for a dhoti, 1 for a top piece, and the 2 strips for underwear. They also received tulsi neck beads and the sannyas mantra. Keshav Maharaj said that Abhay would now be known as Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj and that Sanatan would be Muni Maharaj. After the ceremony, the 2 sannyasis posed for a photo, standing on the other side of the sannyas guru who sat in a chair. Keshav Maharaj didn't impose any strictures on Abhay. He simply encouraged him to go on preaching. Yet Abhay knew that to become A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami did not mean merely that he was giving up family, home, comforts and business. That he had done 5 years ago. Changing from white cloth to saffron cloth, from Abhay Babu to Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, had a special significance. It was the mandate he had required, the irrevocable commitment. Now it was only a matter of time before Bhakti Vedanta Swami would travel to the West, as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati had ordained. This was Bhaktivedanta Swami's realization of his new sannyas status. Srila Prabhupada Lila Amrit, Volume 1, Chapter 9. Does everyone need to take sannyas? The Krishna consciousness movement is not that we are asking everyone to become a sannyasi like me and give up everything. No, that is not our program. You act as a Brahman, as a Kshatriya, or as a Vaishya or a Sudra. It doesn't matter. But you try to satisfy Krishna. That is the program. Srila Prabhupada Lecture, Bombay, December 30th, 1972. Srila Prabhupada's special relationship with Bhagavatam. When asked, "Are you going to America?" Srila Prabhupada replied, "No, Srimad Bhagavatam is going to America. I'm going with it." All glories to Vishwarup Mahotsav. All glories to Bhadra Purnima. All glories to Srimad Bhagavatam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, your servant Giriraj Das. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. So there is one more event is the Chaturmasya. So in this, some devotees, they also follow Chaturmasya. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also was following when he was going to, we can understand, when he was traveling to the South India. So that during the Chaturmasya month, he was at the Ranga Kshetra, so where Gopal Bhatta Goswami's home for 4 months. They took an opportunity to serve. So that way we understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu observed. So today it is the 3rd month of Chaturmasya, fasting from milk for 1 month. Okay, so that is about the events, and also the Shra Pitru Paksha begins. So it is just kind of observing the ceremonies, remembering the forefathers and offering oblations to them during the Amavasya month. That Amavasya comes on 21st of September. So generally they go to the Kasi or Prayaga or Gaya. So these are the auspicious places. They offer the oblations to the forefathers. Okay, that is from the events perspective. Now for now, we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the demigods are offering their praise to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in order to carry out their universal administrative functions. So those prayers are, there are 13 shlokas. Out of those, we have gone through 8 shlokas. Out of eight shlokas, 7 shlokas only to surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord, glorifying the lotus feet of the Lord. Different angles, they will condemn the materialistic activities and come to the lotus feet of the Lord. So Prabhupada, a number of times he mentions, unless one thoroughly condemns every activity of the material world, he cannot come to Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, still he has got attachment. He must condemn everything, every activity of the material world, because there is every angle, there is a failure. So here, demigods are offering their prayers, so condemning all such kind of activities and glorifying the lotus feet of the Lord. So in such a way, in that sequence, yesterday they were saying, Panina te deva katha sudayaha pravruddhya bhaktya vishidasayaye vairagyasaram pratilabhya bodham yatanjasanbhir rakuntya disnyam. So one who is drinking the nectar of topics of Krishna Katha, then for them, Pravruddha Bhaktya, the devotion, it enlightens and increases day by day. Pravruddha Bhaktya, Vishidasayaye, Vishidasayaye. So Vishida, it is the with a grave nature. So grave, they will progress without any deviations, without considering anyone's comments like that. They will progress. In such a way, Vairagyasaram Pratilabhya Bodham. Vairagya is Bodham is the knowledge and Vairagya is the detachment. Vairagya Saram is the essence. Devotees understand Saram Gimeva Sar book. They know that even they read so many things, but essence, what is the essence out of it? Sarangam Sar book. Okay, so here in such a way, getting the knowledge and detachment and then progressing in the devotional service. Yata anjasa anvir rakunte dishnam. Yata anjasa anviyuhu akunte dishnam. Very easily they attain the Vaikuntha planets. So in such a way, demigods are glorifying further, glorifying the devotional service and the devotees, and for his hearing the Krishna Katha especially. And today they are glorifying again the devotional service. Yesterday it was Krishna Katha, today is the service. What is about the service? So many people, transcendentalists, they will go and try to control their senses, go to the secluded place and then try to control their senses. It is very difficult to breathing exercises and sitting in a proper posture and then keeping their body in straight and then concentrating their focus on the tip of the nose and then meditate. And then in such a way they will overcome controlling this, but it is a difficult process. But devotees who have taken the shelter of lotus feet, by simply engaging in the devotional service, they attain the Vaikuntha planet very easily. Likewise, demigods glorifying the devotional service. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 5, verse number 47. तथा परे चात्मसमाधियोगा बलेन जित्वा प्रकृतिं बलिष्ठं त्वामेव धीराः पुरुषं विशन्ति तेषां श्रमः स्यान्न तु सेवया ते. Tata apare, tata as far as other people, as far as others, apare, tata apare cha atma samadhi yoga. Also, atma samadhi is transcendental self-realization. Yoga means it is the connecting to the supreme. Samadhi yoga. Balena jitva prakritim bhalistam. Balena jitva, by the strength of jitva, conquering prakritim, acquired nature of modes of nature. Balistam, very powerful. This nature, three material modes of nature. It is controlling our body, but we think that we are doing the activities. By the nature, whatever the body we have got, that body is played by the three material modes of the nature. But we think प्रकृतेः कर्माणि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ताहम इति मन्यते विमूढ़ात्मा. He thinks that I am doing it, but actually material nature makes him as a puppet in its strings, and then he will play. So this is the, but it is very difficult to conquer, because when we are stringed by three material modes of nature, we can't do by ourselves. If we, even though we wanted to come to Krishna, but it is very difficult. So many entanglements, family members' objections, work, so many other commitments are there. That is the strings, goodness, passion, and ignorance. But material nature, it will pull us like a puppet. It is very difficult. So Krishna also mentions, Daivi hi gunamayi mama maya dhuratya. It is very difficult to face this maya, my external energy. तथा परेचात्म समाधि योग भलेन जित्वा प्रकृतिम भलिष्टाम. And what about others, the devotees? Twameva dhiraha purusham vishanti. Even though they also attain the same destination. Twameva dhiraha purusham vishanti. Purusham vishanti. They also attain the Lord. Twameva dhiraha. And tesham sramaha syanat sevayate. Tesham. So here again, Tvam is the Twameva, you only dhiraha, pacified, Purusham, person, Vishanti enters into Tesham, for them, Shramaha is the much labor. Syat has to be taken, na, never. Tu is but, Sevayate, by serving you. So, Natu sevayate. So they do not take too much labor in the devotional service. Tesham sramaha syanatu sevayate. Without much labor, they will simply enter into the Vaikuntha planets, executing the devotional service. Some people, they go to a secluded place and then they will try very hard. तथा परेचात्म समाधि योग बलेन जित्वा प्रकृतिं बलिष्ठां त्वामेव धीराः पुरुषं विशन्ति तेषां श्रमः स्यान्न तु सेवयाते. Translation: Others who are pacified by means of transcendental self-realization and have conquered over the modes of nature, by dint of strong power and knowledge, also enter into you, but for them there is much pain, whereas the devotee simply discharges devotional service and thus feels no such pain. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can you request Usha Mataji to read the first paragraph and then Meena Mataji reads the second paragraph. Hare Krishna, Usha Mataji. Okay. If Usha Mataji is not available, can I request Hangma Mataji to read the first paragraph of the purport, please?
Hare Krishna. In terms of labor of love and its returns, the bhaktas or devotees of the Lord always have priority over persons who are addicted to association of Gyanis. Is it Gyanis, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, Jnanis.
Gyanis, or impersonalists and yogis or mystics. The word apare others is very significant in this connection. Others refers to the Gyanis and the yogis whose only hope is to merge into the existence of the impersonal Brahma Jyoti. Although their destination is not so important in comparison to the destination of the devotees, the labor of the non-devotees is far greater than that of the bhaktas. One may suggest that there is sufficient labor for the devotees also in the matter of discharging devotional service, but that labor is compensated by the enhancement of transcendental pleasure. The devotees derive more transcendental pleasure while engaged continuously in the service of the Lord than when they have no such engagement. In the family combination of a man and a woman, there is much labor and responsibility for both of them. Yet, when they are single, they feel more trouble for want of their united activities.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Meena Mataji, would you like to read second paragraph?
Yes, Hare Krishna. The union of impersonalist and the union of the devotee are not on a par. The impersonalists try to fully stop their individuality by entering san- sa- sayu- sayuja mukti, or unifications by merging into the oneness, whereas the devotee keep their individuality to exchange feeling in relationship with the supreme individually Lord. Such reciprocations of feeling takes place in the transcendental Vaikuntha planet, and therefore the liberation sought by the impersonalist is already achieved in devotional service. The devotee attains mukti automatically while continuing the transcendental pleasure of maintaining individuality, as explained in the previous verse. The destination of the devotee is Vaikuntha or Akuntha Dishnaya, the place where ancestors ancestors are completely eradicated. One should not mistake the destination of the devotee and that of the impersonalist to be one and the same. The destinations are distinctly different, and the transcendental pleasure derived by the devotee is also distinct from chin, chin mantra, or spiritual feeling alone. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so here in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is describing in terms of the labor of love and its returns, the bhaktas or devotees of the Lord always have priority over persons who are addicted to the association of the jnanis or impersonalists and yogis or mystics. So here, this conversation is going on between the Maitreya Muni and Vidura. And before that, when Krishna was departing from this material world at the time, Uddhava was meeting Krishna under the peepal tree. Uh, that was a young peepal tree. That is, and at the time, Maitreya Muni also came to that place. So while Maitreya Muni was while Maitreya Muni was sitting there in front of Krishna, so by his previous activities, Yadechaya, by his Purva Janma Sukriti, by his previous pious activities, he has come there. And whereas Buddhava is the devotee of the Lord, and Krishna is speaking to Buddhava. And while hearing Maitreya Muni, he is mentioning how important it is to engage in the devotional service. And then he mentions to Buddhava, oh Buddhava, in the days of yore, you were always thinking to have my association. Even though it was very difficult, but I have given that benediction to you. And this is, you are one of the Vasus previously in the days of yore. And then now this is the last time. So you will go back to the spiritual abode of mind. There we will be associating eternally. And then describing Natatami Pritama Atmayunihi Nasankadaha Natsankashun Nashrihi Na Evatma Yata Bhavan. You are more dear to me. Better than you are more dearer than the Brahma, Lord Shiva, or Lakshmi Devi, Sankashana, and even myself. Likewise, he glorifies the Uddhava. And here, what it means to Maitreya Muni was sitting there. Muni means mental speculator. And he is a friend of, Maitreya Muni is the friend of Vyasadeva. While he is hearing, what is the importance of the devotee? So he is stressing and to give to that message to Maitreya Muni also. And later on, Maitreya Muni is going to speak to Vidura. So here, the devotees of the Lord always have priority over persons who are addicted to the association of jnanis or impersonalists and yogis or mystics. The word apare, others, is very significant in this connection. Others refers to the jnanis and yogis, whose only hope is to merge into the existence of the impersonal Brahma Jyoti. He says, Sai Mukti. Although their destination is not so important in comparison to the destination of the devotees. So in the spiritual world, Brahma Jyoti, there are innumerable spiritual planets, the Vaikuntha planets. And it is like a Brahma Jyoti can be compared like the big gigantic kingdom, and then within that kingdom there are so many big palaces. And so how it can be compared? So many people are also maybe in the kingdom, but not all people have entrance into the palaces of the king. Only the devotees who are dear Achyuta Bandhav Priya, Achyuta Priya Bandhavaha, who are dear to the king, they only can enter into those palaces, not for any others. So this is all of their destination is not so important in comparison to the destination of the devotees. So this is how we can easily understand. This is a kingdom, and many ordinary people are there, but the relatives of the king. This is the devotees are the Achyuta Priya Bandhavaha. They are very dear to the Lord. So the labor of the non-devotees is far greater than that of the bhaktas. So Krishna again mentions this non-devotees simply who are meditating on the impersonal Brahman. Lord says in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Klesha adhikaraste adhikaraha tesham avyaktasakta chetasam avyakta hi gatidhukkam dehavadbhir avapyate. Klesha adhikaraha adhikatarastesham. Very klesha means difficult things, so much of pains. Adhika means increasing pains. So avyakta sakta chetsam, they are very attracted to the impersonal feature. Avyakta asakta chetsam. Asakta is means attached to that kind of feature of the Lord. Chetasam, it is absorbed in that mood. So because avyakta hi gatir dukkam, to perceive and realize the avyakta hi gatir dukkam, it is very difficult. Dehavadhir avapyate, for the materially embodied persons, it is very difficult. We are all having the material bodies made up of the Panchabhutas, and then we only have got the experience of seeing an object with particular identity. And if there is something light without kind of any shape or form or something like that, it is very difficult. That Krishna says there in the Bhagavad Gita 12:5. But Krishna's form, whenever some transcendentalists they categorize how to understand the Vadani Tattat Vedasattvam Jnanamadbhayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sabjade. Three levels of realization. The first level is the Brahma Jyoti. And then further, so it is very difficult. But some people who realize that it is difficult, they may come to the next form is the Paramatma realization. Understanding from the scriptures or approaching the other devotees. They understand the form of the Lord in the four-handed form. In the four-handed form, they go to the secluded place and then meditate on the four-handed form of the Lord. There, once again, they have to go through the difficult processes at the time also. So but still, they are meditating on the personal form of the Lord. This is a now better meditation. So there, अहिंसत्यमास्तेयं यावद्दत्त परिग्रहः ब्रह्मचर्यं तपः शौचं स्वाध्यायः पुरुषार्चनम् Maunam sadasana jayah stairyam prana janah senehi pratyaharsh indriyanam vishayan manasa hrudi. And then slowly, gradually detaching from this material world and ahimsa satyam asteyam yavadadda parigraha, and again retracting all the senses, and then keeping himself quiet. Maunam sadasana jayah stairyam prana janah senehi pratyaharsh indriyanam. Pratyaharsha indriyanam. So taking senses back from the engagement in the materialistic activities. Vishayan manasa hrudi, no more thinking of the material things. So in such a way, one has to go through a secluded place, even to meditate on the personal form of the Lord. That is the super soul. This is the Paramatma, the second level of yogi. Swadhisnyanam ekadesya manasa prana dharanam vaikuntalela abhidhyanam samadhanam tadatmanaha. And once again, he has to meditate on the personal form of the Lord, sitting at one particular place, and Vaikuntha Leela Abhidhyanam. And then he has to remember the pastimes of the Lord. Vaikuntha Leela Abhidhyanam. Meditate. Samadhanam Tadatmanaha. That is called the Samadhi. And then, in such a way, gradually, Yeteranyasya Patibihi Manodushtam Asatpadam Buddhayunjita Senekaihi Jita Pranohi Atindritaha. In such a way, he controls the life here gradually. He keeps himself composed properly. In such a way, Suchodesha Pratistapya Vijitasan Asanam Tasmin Swast Samasina Rujukaya Samabhyaset. Keeping his body straight and perpendicular to the earth. And then that place should be very clean and not too high, not too less. So Krishna again describes that one in the 6th chapter, Dhyana Yoga, how one can perform the dhyana. Rujukaya samabhyaset, keeping body straight. And then what he needs to do? Pranayama. So pranasya sodhiyen margam purakumbhaka rechakaihi pratikulena vachittam yatahtiram achanchalam. Now he needs to focus on the prana. Pranasya sodhayed margam purakumbhaka rechakaihi. Purakumbhaka rechakaihi is the controlling the breathing air. So on one particular time, all this inhaling and exhaling of this air will be completely stopped. That is called the kumbhaka state. So when Dhruv Maharaj he was performing this meditation, Panchami Maasi Anuprapte Jitaswaso Nrupatmajaha. He completely controlled that one, the breathing. So there, Pratikulena Vachittam Yatastiram Achinchalam. So in one side nose, he inhales and the other side exhales. And later on, he does the in opposite way. Other side he inhales and on the opposite side he exhales. Like that. Pratikulena Vachittam Yatastiram Achinchalam. So by practicing this breathing exercises, in gradually he would control that breathing air within his body itself. No more inhaling and no more exhaling. Then what he needs to do now, he has controlled it. What he needs to do? Mano achirachat virajam jitaswasasya yoginaha. Vayugnebhyam yatalohad matum chajiti vaimalam. When he is controlling like that, immediately he will be like a metal whenever it is boiling in a very high temperatures, for example, gold, and then it will be separated from the impurities. Likewise, when the yogi is doing this controlling of breathing of this air, automatically he will be purified from all kinds of materialistic things. And what is happening at that time? Pranayama hidhe dhoshan dharana bishik kilbishan pratyaharena samsargan dhyanin anishwaran gunan. Pranayama hidhe dhoshan. Because of this pranayama, doshas will be eradicated out. Dharana bishik kilbishan. So likewise, dharana bishik kilbishan pratyaharena samsargan dhyanin anishwaran gunan. By meditating on the Lord, he will be overcoming the three material modes of nature, and also the senses and all the kilbishan, all these sinful activities. And the Krishna also stresses that one, Mamchayo avicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samadhityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. This is just by remembering the Lord. So now this yogi, I'm speaking about only the yogi in the second level who is meditating on the Paramatma yogi. Paramatma, in such a way, he will yada manah svam virijam yogena susamahitam kashtam bhagvatodjayat swanasagra avalokanaha. So keeping his focus, two eyes focus on the tip of the nose. Kashtam bhagvatodjayat swanasagra avalokanaha. And then, so now his position is ready now. His particular position is ready. Now he needs to meditate on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then the beautiful form, it is beautifully, very nicely described. Prasannavadana bhojam padma garbha arunekshanam nilotpaladala shyamam shanka chakra gadadharam. And then gradually, so there is a very beautiful description in the third canto, 28th chapter, how one can do all this meditation on the that is Paramatma. But he is at the yogi is at a secluded place. He does not have interaction with any other people. But that is also very difficult. But still he will attain the Supreme Lord. But it is a very difficult path. But whereas the devotees, they go to the temple, Madhishna Darshana Puja Suti Abhivandanaihi Bhuteshu Madbhavanaya Satven Asangamena Cham. And they go to the temple and offer the obeisances to the Supreme Lord very easily. So this that is called Madhishna Darshana Puja Stuti Abhivandanaihi. We can do the Puja Stuti Abhivandana very easily, even in the home also. Bhutesh Madbhavanaya. And then Lord is in the heart of all the living entities. Satven Asangamenacha. And then he is associating with the devotees and detaching from the bad association. So Adhyatmik Anushravanat Nama Sankirtanat me Arjavena Arisangena Nirham Kriyatada. Arjavena Arisangena. Devotees are called Aryans. Arya Sanghena. And Adhyatmika Anushravana, always hearing the topics of the Lord. But here, this particular Bhakti Yoga, third level of yogi, Bhakti Yogi, he is among the society, all executing the devotional service very easily, not that much difficult. And offering prasadam to the Lord, and he is eating. So he is experiencing that bliss and happiness. There is not much labor here, controlling and then all the senses like that. Automatically they will be controlled. So this is the labor of the non-devotees is far greater than that of the bhaktas. So bhaktas, we know our experience. This is our personal experiences. Everything is very pleasing. One may suggest that there is sufficient labor for the devotees also in the matter of discharging devotional service. Yes, there is. We wake up early in the morning, try to take bath and then cleanse ourselves from coming to the temple room, offering prayers to the deities. Again, chanting and following 16 downs, following regulative principles, associating with the devotees, and then preaching. So many things, activities are there, streamlined for a devotee. But that labor is compensated by the enhancement of the transcendental pleasure. Here, devotees talk each other and share the experiences about the Krishna Katha. So that won't compensate the enhancement of the transcendental pleasure. This is the Matchitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayanta Shamam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. That is the transcendental pleasure. It will compensate all the labor, hard labor. So the devotees derive more transcendental pleasure while engaged continuously in the service of the Lord than when they have no such engagement. So devotees derive more transcendental pleasure while engaged continuously in the service of the Lord. But if there is no engagement, for example, a person who is sitting at one particular place and meditating, again sitting on one particular place, yogis are again three different kinds of yogis. One is yogi who is meditating on the impersonal, yogi who is meditating on the super soul, yogi who is making the deity and then worshipping the Lord. Saparyam vidaihi dravyaihi deshe kali bhagavit. So Narad Muni says to Dhruv Maharaj when he was going to the to meditate on the Lord, he mentions Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. मन्त्रेण अनेन देवस्य कुर्यद्द्रव्यमयीं बुधः सपर्यं विविधैः द्रव्यैः देशकालविभागवेत्. So then what he has done, he has went and then he has made the form of the Lord with so Kshityam Bhadishu Vachayet, either by the soil or any metals or anything. So again, Prabhupada gives based on the either metal or stone or soil, number of materials are there. So he can make the deity form and then offer the Deshakali Vibhavit. Whatever is available, the flowers, make a flower garland, offer it to the Lord, bring some fruits and nuts, offer it to the Lord, likewise. Deshakala Vibhagavit. Abhutatma Munihi Santo Mitavak Vanya Mitava Yatavak Mitavanya book and controlling the speech and then eating limitedly. So there are a few things, but that is also easy for him. Here, Dhruv Maharaj is meditating alone here, but it was his instruction received from Narada Muni. So here in the family combination of a man and a woman, there is much labor and responsibility for both of them. Yet, when they are single, they feel more trouble for want of their united activities. When they are single, they do not have much pleasures, but they do not have much troubles. And when they combine together, man and woman, there is much labor and responsibility because there is a children, and then they need an apartment for the privacy, and they need to pay the bills. They need to work hard, and then once children comes, again their studies and everything. All of our life will be entirely spent for that, just because man and woman, combination of a man and woman, much labor and responsibility. When they come together, when they were single, no much pains. Okay, that is the activities. Feel more trouble for want of their united activities. And further, it is described here. The union of the impersonalist and the union of the devotees are not on par and not on the same level. Impersonalist and the union of the devotees are not on a par. The impersonalists try to fully stop their individuality by attaining Sahyajya Mukti or unification by merging into oneness. Whereas the devotees, they keep their individuality to exchange feelings in relationship with the supreme individual Lord. In the Vaikuntha planet, the devotees or Lord is always glancing with the devotees and then engaging in the pastimes. Vritti prasada vimukam durgasavam prasannahasa arunalocananam kiritanam kundalinam chaturbhujam pitam sukum vakshasi lakshitam shriya. So there, and whenever Brahma was meditating and the Lord, he was seeing all the Vaikuntha planets, how the Vaikuntha is. And the people, Shyama, Vadataha, Satapatra Lochanaha, Pishangavastraha, Surajaha, Supeshashaha, Sarve Chaturbahu Unmishanmani, Praveka Nishkabaranaha, Suvachasaham. When he is seeing all these beautiful things, and then in the Vaikuntha planet, later on, as soon as he sees the Lord, he has done Dandavat Pranam to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That Darshanahalad Pariprutantaro Hrishyatadhu Prema Bharashurlochinaha Nanama Padam Bhujam Asya Viswasurab Yat Paramham Chena Patadi Gamyate. And then immediately he has done the Dandavat Pranam to the Lord. And then what Lord has done? Tam Priyamanam Samupasitam Kavim Praja Visargya Nijisasanarhanam. Bhavasheshat Smita Gira Priya Priyam Pritamana Kare Spurushan, and the Lord has given handshake with Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has given handshake to Lord Brahma. Priya Priyam Pritamana Kare Spurushan, by touching Lord Brahma. How many people we have seen that Lord has touched him? So, of course, here it is the Vaikuntha Lord. And here, of course, when Krishna is here in the planet, Rama is here, he was playing with so many children. That is again described in the 10th canto. Ittam, that is what is so. It is Brahma Sukana Bhutya. it is Lord has taken to give pleasure to all his devotees, and then he engaging in the playing activities so the children can touch the Lord and then feed the Lord, and Lord can feed them, he can play with them. This is Maya Shitanam Naradharakena. Ittam Chatam Brahma Sukanabhutya Dasyam Gatanam Paradhaivatena Maya Shitanam Naradharakena. So he was describing this is the because of Kruta Punya what is that? Kruta Punya Punjaha. They have done so many of pious activities for that association of the Lord. Here, those devotees, they are directly engaging with the Lord in the Vaikuntha planets. No more materialistic things. Of course, Krishna was present here for few years only. In the Vrindavana, how many years? Hardly 12 or 13 years, something like that. And then what about after that? They did not get any chance personally to associate. After that, Vipralambha Bhava is there. But in the Vaikuntha Lokas, they are always present there. And the Lord here, Sattvam Vishtabhivirjam Swanamnam Rudayandrushaha. Sattvam Vishtabhivirjam. Yatra Chadhya Pumanaste Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha. Sattvam Vishtabhivirjam Swanamnam Rudayandrushaha. He will give increase the happiness of his associates in the Vaikuntha planets. That is the feelings that devotees who are engaged in the devotional service, they experience. But here, people who are merging in the Sai Mukti, they do not receive such kind of pleasures. So this is, they keep their individuality to exchange their feelings in relationship with the Supreme Individual Lord. Such a reciprocation of feelings takes place in the transcendental Vaikuntha planets. And therefore, the liberation sought by the impersonalist is already achieved in devotional service. So devotees, it is Brahma Bhuttaha Prasannatma na sochiti na kankshati samah sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labate param. So Brahma Bhuttaha Prasannatma, that is already they have achieved Brahma Bhuta stage. That is where impersonalists would stand and stop their activities. But further devotees, madbhaktim labate param, devotees go beyond that. That means they have already achieved that state, the Brahma Bhuta state. But impersonalist, he would stay there itself. So this reciprocation feelings takes place in the Vaikuntha planets. And the devotees attain mukti automatically while continuing that transcendental pleasure of the maintaining individuality. And here one of the persons, he was from the Jnanis. So he was describing about the glories of the Lord Krishna, speaking on Bhagavatam, about the Bilu Mangal Thakurs and Krishna, and also a little bit of Bhagavatam. So he was mentioning whenever the Supreme Brahman, he comes personified, that is Krishna. And that Krishna, he is manifesting in the Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. He mentions that he is called Saguna Brahma with all good qualities. And Nirguna Brahma is the Brahma Jyoti. And here, once again, when the Supreme Lord, he was able to take the personal form, and then why we just only approach the impersonal form? What is the necessity when there is a person? Why we approach that impersonal? It is just kind of simple questions. Any intelligent person, he understands. And Krishna also mentions that Abjektam Viktimapannam Manyante Mam Abuddhayaha. Previously, there is no person, now he has got a personality. Abjektam Viktimapannam Manyante Mam Abuddhayaha. Abuddhayaha. They are less intelligent people. They think that this is Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma, something different. But actually, Krishna is there, personally is there. The first is the Saguna Brahma is there. Otherwise, how can that Nirguna Brahma would come? Which is the light of the personality. So that is very simple logic, but they miss that logic and try to explain and try to retain their impersonalism in their lectures. So further, it is as described in the previous verse, description of the devotees in is Vaikuntha is the Akunta Dishnya, the place where anxieties are completely eradicated, one should not mistake the destination of the devotees and that of the impersonalists to be one and the same. So this is like a kingdom, and the people living in this, the ordinary people living in the kingdom, and the relatives and friends of the king, they can enter into the palace of the king. Likewise, devotees can enter into the Vaikuntha planets, but other people who are not devotees yet, they will stay outside of the planet, outside of the Vaikuntha planet, still staying in the Brahma Jyoti. They did not have any entrance. Because in order to enter there, they need to have a relationship. Whether he is a friend, either one is dasya as a servant, or a friend, or a vashalya as a parent, or a prema as a lover. Likewise, there must be the 5 different kinds of milos are there. Dasya, Shanta, Sakya, and Vashalya, Prema. These 5 rasa. One must have, that's why Kapil Bhagavan also says, one must establish the relationship with the Lord. That is the permanent. That is the permanent. So such kind of relationship will not be lost. Nakshanti nomi animisho ledi hetihi, esha maham atma priya sutasya, saka guruhu suhrudo dhaivamishtam. He describes that one will establish this relationship that will never ever be lost. So we have got, if we see, I have got a father and mother, there is a relationship is already established. That is never until so it will be continuing all the time. Whether they are present or not, it will continue as long as I exist and uh, they exist. Likewise, when Krishna is eternal, living entities are eternal. When the two entities are eternally exist, the relationship would continue forever. And what we need to do, establish that relationship. But whereas impersonalists, they do not have relationships at all. Impersonalists simply staying outside in the Brahma Jyoti. So the destinations are distinctly different, and the transcendental pleasure derived by the devotee is also distinct from chinmatra or spiritual feeling alone. So again, Rupa Goswami describes Brahmanando Bhavedesha Ched Parabdha Gunikritaha Naid Sukam Bhodehe Paramanu Tulamapi. A devotee, whatever the transcendent pleasure he derives, but which is millions of better than the a transcendent pleasure derived from the Brahma Jyoti, a impersonalist. Brahmananda Bhavedesha Ched Parabdha Gunikritaha. That is Brahmananda is that pleasure is experienced by the impersonalist. If you multiply that millions of times, Ched Parabdha Gunikritaha, Naiti Bhakti Sukam Bhodehe, it does not come or comparison to the Bhakti Sukam Bhodehe, which is happiness derived from the devotional service. Paramanu Tulamapi, even to the Paramanu size. So that is the devotee's happiness. So that's why whenever we see the devotees, devotees are our wealth. Devotees are our wealth. We discuss the topics of the Lord and derive so much Pushyanti cha Ramanti cha. And we do not discuss about the money matters or family matters or bodily matters. So are there so many nonsense things. Nranam Santi Sahasrashaha. There are so many topics for the mundane people. Griheshu Gruhamedinam. That is mundane topics. We do not bother about. We want to discuss Krishna Katha and all those. That way, Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. One experience that happiness. Bhakti Sukam Bhodehe. Bhakti Sukha Ambudehe, that ocean of happiness in the devotional service. So in such a way, Prabhupada is very nicely describing here. Here, demigods are mentioning how easy it is for the devotees, how difficult it is for the yogis. Tata parichatma samadhi yoga bhalena jitva prakritim bhalistam twameva dhiraha purusham vishanti tesham shramaha syanatu sevayate. Likewise. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, took a little bit more time for this. We shall move to the Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so today it is letter to Karandhara, November 13th, 1970, Bombay. It is a small letter only, not big. Okay, any unallocated devotee would like to read this letter? Gayatri Mataji, would you like to read if you are still awake?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. I can read, Prabhuji. Once.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Los Angeles. My dear Karandhara, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your two letters dated 20th and 29th September 1970. I have also just received the 3 sets of color photos of our LA temple and they are very beautiful. Thank you very much for them. The deity worship should be done just in the way it was carried out in my presence. You should see that such a high standard is maintained and that there are no irregularities. Irregularity means breaking the schedule. As you have mentioned, those thrones that are coming, I was just thinking of them. When they are fixed up, please send me photos of them. Please continue to send as much as possible to my book fund deposit. I have received a copy of monthly payments from the temple sent by you. But as of yet, I have not received a copy showing payment for the months of September and October. Please send me such a copy each month. The new procedures you are instituting on Sankirtana party are very encouraging to me. The opportunities for expanding the Sankirtana movement are unlimited. We should tax our brains as to what is the best way to present Krishna consciousness to particular people at a particular time and place. I have always thought that in LA there should be at least 10 Sankirtana parties going out simultaneously as you have indicated. Such places as Long Beach and other areas can each have their own Krishna consciousness center. Please continue to support Krishna consciousness movement in LA and other areas.
Hare Krishna,
Goose.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji?
Yes, so we couldn't hear. There is a break.
Oh, Hare. Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah. Such their beach and other areas can each have their own Krishna consciousness center. I am so much grateful to you for being such a strong soldier in pushing on this movement. Please continue in this way and give example to your God brothers and sisters. Please offer my blessings to all the LA Prabhus. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, ACBS Abhay, AB Abhay, I think, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Yes, Prabhuji. So, Srila Prabhupada is writing to Kandara, and I think according to this letter, they have received the 2 letters, and then um, he's also telling like the photos he has received 3 sets of color photos of the LA temple, and they are very beautiful, and he's thanking him for that, and the deity worship is done very nicely, so he's very happy about that, and you should the standard has been maintained, no irregularities. So meaning that they did not break any schedule. They were on time, on doing everything according to the set schedule. So he's happy about that. So, and there are thrones were coming. So he wanted to know, like he want to see the pictures of them. So he's asking to send some pictures of them, and also um, the book fund deposit. So the please continue. He's asking to continue to send the book fund deposit as well. And he's receiving Prabhupada has received monthly payments from the temple. So but he has not received the copy which showing the payment for the months of September and October. So he's asking them to him to send a copy of each month. And then also new procedures of Sankirtan party are very encouraging. So the opportunities for expanding the Sankirtana movement are unlimited. Yes, so they are trying to expand, and everybody should get into the Sankirtana party. So, and also tax our brains as what is best way to present Krishna consciousness to particular people at a particular time and place. So each person is different. So according to their understanding, and they have to teach preaching Krishna consciousness, I guess. And then I've also, so everywhere it should be Sankirtana movement has to continue everywhere, and also Long Beach area and other areas, and to have a Krishna consciousness center is. I'm so much grateful for you for being such a strong. So he's appreciating about that he is being a very strong soldier and pushing this movement, and asking him to continue and be a very good example for other God brothers and sisters. And also he's giving his blessings to all the LA Prabhus and hoping to meet them soon. Prabhuji. Mm. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely explained. Any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Jai Mataji.
No, Prabhuji, I think Mataji's covered everything so nicely. I think for me it was just insisting on the deity worship that, everything has to be, he always wanted high standard, and he is insisting that it needs to be maintained and standards shouldn't drop even if he's not there. So it's just those kind of things stuck in my mind. And the Sankirtan party is encouraging, finding different ways. He's very happy that his disciples are coming up with different things and promoting Sankirtan movement. But yeah, Mataji's covered everything so nicely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hangma Mataji, you wanted to add any comments, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Gayatri Mataji and Jaivad Mataji have covered all the points very nicely, Prabhuji. Yes, and Srila Prabhupada is very pleased that that the devotees are giving much importance to Sankirtana party, and he's also very very grateful that he feels that he is one of the strongest devotee, so that he's able to carry forward this program, and he's very pleased. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So generally when we see Sankirtana parties, the all Matajis, they wear nice bright saris and decorating themselves with so much of flowers and then dancing and going in the Sankirtana party. It is so blissful. This is called Lakshmi Sahasra Shatasambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So when Matajis are dancing on the stages, for example, Jayaved Mataji was in the and Krishna Janmashtami day and Jagannath Rath Yatra day. So dancing with this is also pleasure, giving pleasure to the Lord. It is not for our sense gratification. Having these bright colored dresses and then making very pleasing with smiles and then doing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, dancing in front of the Lord for the pleasure of the Lord. And then at that time when we see really goddess of fortunes are dancing here in this temple, that one can experience that one. And then so especially in this western whenever this white the fair bodied fair color matajis are doing it, it is also very nicely. They have got different kinds of dances, but no one would assume and then give coming and comments, you should do like that. They don't say like that, but it is our feelings. But when we are engaging and taking part in this dances and events, we will feel so much of happiness. This is called transcendental happiness. It goes inside, but also that will be nourished when you know a little bit of scriptures, whatever we read here, then you would experience there. Yes, so I am not doing anything wrong. I am not doing anything which is strange. It is mentioned in the scriptures. एवं वृतः सुप्रियनाम कीर्त्य जातानुरागोद्धृतचित्त उच्चैः हसति अतो रोदिति रौति उन्मादवत् नृत्यति लोकबाह्यः नृत्यति नृत्यति लोकबाह्यः. I can dance irrespective of whether other people think or not. Lokabahya, I just simply ignore the outside people. I will dance for the Lord. In such a way, and the Matajis are going and singing Hare Krishna movement in the parties. It is so blissful. Everyone get attracted to the Lord. Again, there is a different personal taste. They can present whatever the skills they have got, they can utilize to spread Krishna consciousness movement. It is so beautiful. So one experiences bliss and happiness at every moment. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely explained. Okay, so that is my takeaway point as well. Any other comments? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter and from the announcements point of view. So today evening we don't have any evening sessions. And then tomorrow, Monday, we continue again teachings of Lord Chaitanya and everything else. And dear devotees who are going in temple, or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness event, or you have got any questions on this one Bhagavatam or this letter or anything, or you wanted to share anything, kindly share or kindly ask.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvajana. Yeah, today there will be like Havan in Mena, like temple for the Bhadra Purnima.
So it is Yajna is taking place, Mataji.
Yeah, Yagna. Like because of the Bhadra Purnima, who is sponsor, like, I think anybody probably.
Mataji, do you know what time it is?
Yes, the timing is said like 10:30 to like 10:15 to like up to 2 o'clock. So maybe there is other programs and everything as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So whoever has donated or buying, and their names will be chanted during the Yajna sacrifice to invoke auspiciousness for them. Okay, that is Havan. Thank you, Mataji. Any other updates? Okay, so that is from this point of view. And the devotees, if you're all happy, then we shall move to the next part. It is the Ramayana. And the last session we have been discussing Ramayana. It is where Bharata and Shatrugna along with Kaushalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi. So they went to the Rama in the Chitrakuta. They have approached Ramachandra and asking, they conveyed all the things, events happened in the Ayodhya. And then Rama, he has offered oblations to his father, Dasharatha, and he was showing, so taking the water and then just trickling through his hand fingers, and then saying to the father, keeping himself directing towards the southern direction where Yamadharmaraja's Samyamini, that is his quarters. And then he was offering, oh my dear father, you have gone to this. Hey, Gayatri Mataji, thank you Mataji for joining. It is so nice to have your association. Good night Mataji, it is already late for you. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
You can be Prabhuji as well. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Okay, so here Ramchandra, he has offered this oblations, and then so they are now once that part is done, here Bharata is insisting to take Ramachandra and Sita and Lakshmana back to Ayodhya. So this is where we have been discussing. And then they were crying, and then loud sound is coming when the four brothers are coming together and discussing and crying. And then other people are thinking that so because of their father has left their body, now they are discussing and crying. So, and then later on, when Lord Ramchandra was speaking, and then everyone were grave. But when Rama speaks, he speaks not whimsically, he speaks from the spiritual point of view, which is practical. Okay, so that Rama was speaking, while Vasishtha was there, and Kaushalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, they were all hearing that one. So here this is when Rama spoke, feelings of sorrow relieved by his instructions, passing of days and nights quickly exhaust the lifespan of all beings. Even as a matter, as the summer sun sucks up the water in a lake, Rama went on, you should grieve only for yourself. Why do you grieve for another? Death is our constant companion. He walks with us, sits with us, and having gone a long distance with us, when we travel, he duly returns with us. So death takes place at every moment. So if you say that I am 10 years old, I have died 10 years. If I say 20 years old, I died 20 years. I don't go back to the past again. I cannot bring back my baby body, child body, or youth body. So those bodies are lost. So that means death took place already. So on one day, this entire body also will be changed, and we will get another body if we have got the desires. If no more desires, and if you are belonging to the spiritual world, we will get our own body by taking the dresses of the subtle body and the gross body. Gross body is now spiritual bodies. It is painted with the mind, intelligence, ego, and contaminated consciousness. On top of that, a dense body, which is completely densed with earth, water, and then fire, air, and then the space. But generally demigod bodies, they are not like our bodies. They are very thin. Okay, so that is Ramchandra is mentioning here. One has to digest that news. One has to grieve only for yourself, how to progress your life. So here, further, Rama still had no desire to return to Ayodhya. He wanted to encourage Bharata and give him strength. Stroking his brother's head, he continued to instruct him. So I think we have done up to here. So I think this one also, when Rama spoke, even the animals seemed silent. Only the sound of the river and the rustling of leaves in the breeze could be heard. So this is whenever Rama speaks, it is grave, and it is mm, everyone hears very attentively. And then further, so we shall continue reading from here. So I request the devotees take a we got 5 devotees. Everyone take a lead of 2 paragraphs. So Only 2 paragraphs. Actually, request Gauringi Mataji to read 2 paragraphs and later on Hangma Mataji 2 paragraphs likewise. Gauringi Mataji, you are available?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have to read Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, you are here to hear.
Okay, Prabhuji. Can prepare the glass, Prabhuji. From when Rama, from Prabhuji or okay. Father has said his old, worn-out body and with an ethereal and undecaying form. He now uh, support in great happiness rather than grave for him. We should now carefully do earth. Dear Bharata, well, I for mine should remain in the forest until 14 years have expired. This will ensure our welfare in both this world and the next. Under no circumstance should we disobey our uh, mm, virtuous father. Rama spoke for more than an hour, and Bharata felt joy to hear his brother's words for instruction. But he was also dispirited to see Rama's determination to stay in the forest. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here Rama is mentioning that the body will be diseased. Again, can anyone say from the Bhagavad Gita that shloka Dehinosmi?
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा देहापाप्राप्तिरस्तत्र न मुह्यते. Oh, Prabhu, I'll just miss you.
Want to do once again, Mataji?
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा
Tata
प्राप्ति. Let Prabhu, can you remind?
Tata Dekantara Prapti.
तथा देहान्त प्राप्ते धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते.
Very beautiful. Can anyone recite the same shloka again? Hangma Mataji, would you like to recite that shloka?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I do
Would you
not
like
remember that shloka.
This is Dehinosmin Yada Dehe Kaumaram Yavanam Jara.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Yeah, can I get that again, please?
Dehinosmin Yata Dehe
Dehe yostem eta dehe
Kaumaram Yavanam Jara.
yomanam etanyam jara
Kaumaram Yavanam Jara.
kaumaram yatanam jara
Yavanam Jara.
yavanam jara
Tata Dehantara Praptihi.
tata dehantara praptihi
Dhirastatra Namkhyati.
dehastatriyanam titi
Dhiraha
deraha
Natat Dhiraha Tatra Namukhyati.
deraha tatranyam jati
Namukhyati.
na mukhyati.
Very beautiful.
Hari.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. A dhira will never be bewildered because of the change of the body. Garinge Mataji, would you like to recite?
Yes, Prabhuji. देहेनास्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Meena
Krishna.
Mataji. Meena Mataji. Wait, Meena. Meena Mataji, you're on mute. Jaivet Mataji. Yeah, Jaivet.
Prabhuji, you'll have to say to with me and then I will be able to do it.
Mataji. Dehinosmin yata dehe
Dehinosmin yatha dehe
kaumaram yavanam jara
kaumaram
tata dehantara praptihi
तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः
धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति
धीरस्तत्र न मुक्तिः
न मुह्यति
न मुह्यति
न मुह्यति.
न मुह्यति.
Very nice. So a dhira would never ever be bewildered by such a change of the body. So here Rama is mentioning, Father has shed his whole and worn out body, and with ethereal and undecaying form, he now sports in great happiness. Now he has got a new body that Krishna mentions to Arjuna. Oh, Arjuna, you are thinking that you are going to kill the bodies of Bhishma and Drona, but actually they are going to leave these old bodies and they will get a new bodies. So rather than grieve for him, we should now carefully do his bidding. We simply follow what they wanted. So for your part, you should rule over the earth, dear Bharata. We simply follow the instructions when they were there. Vani seva, vapu seva. Vapu is the personal body. Vani is the instructions. When whatever they speak, they are not different. And for the Vapu, the body may appear and it may not be there. But for it, for Vani's sake, the instructions, it will always be there for us. So here Rama is saying you should follow the instructions, for carefully do his bidding. What his bidding is, Dasharatha says, Rama go to the forest for 14 years and Bharata will be the kingdom. But that is according to the Kaikeyi's desire. But he has spoke, even though he doesn't like that. So dear Bharata, while I for mine should remain in the forest until 14 years have expired, this will ensure our welfare in both this world and the next. Under no circumstance should we disobey our virtuous father. So now, in order to change those instructions, Dasharatha is not here. So they must complete that one. Otherwise, if, for example, if Dasharatha was still alive, they would have brought Rama back, and then there would not be the killing of the so many demonic people like Ravanasura and Karadhoshana. So many demons are there in the forest. That would not have taken place. This is the arrangement of the demigods. Demigods, they took the opportunity and using the mandara in the Ayodhya, and then they have inspired and she went to spoke to Kaikeyi, changed the mind of Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi went to the Dasharatha, and then all the sequence of events happened by the divine intervention. Okay, so here further, for the sake of the presence here for the humans, what is happening? Rama is speaking. Rama spoke for more than an hour, and Bharata felt joy to hear his brother's words of instruction. But one side he is happy, and the other side he was also dispirited to see Rama's determination to stay in the forest. Okay, so that is one statement. And then we shall move on. Can I request Hangma Mataji to read next two paragraphs, please?
Hare Krishna. When Rama stopped speaking, Bharata grasped his feet and replied, "Your position is glorious, O mighty brother. You are never dejected at adversity nor exhilarated at finding joy. You are always able to distinguish truth from untruth. Therefore, you know what is real and what is only temporary and thus ultimately unreal. It is certainly the soul and not the body that one should nurture in this world. Bharata realized that Rama was only acting with philosophical understanding. He knew that Rama could not possibly act outside the codes of religion or morality. Nonetheless, Bharata was himself still doubtful about the justice of Rama's exile. He spoke to Rama in order to clear his doubts. Were it not for moral codes, I would have surely slain my sinful mother. How did the king allow himself to fall under her sway? Due to infatuation or foolishness, our father acted wrongly. As his sons, is it not our duty to correct his mistakes? Surely this is the proper religious path for an honest and worthy son. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here it is the reflection when person is Rama knows or the religion, code of religion. So all rules and regulations. Now Bharata grasped his feet and replied, "Your position is glorious because he is acting. Yajyadachariti sreshtaha tattad devetaro naraha sayat pramanam kurute lokaha tadanuvartate." So Rama is that person, a personified dharma. If dharma is personified and walking on earth, that is Ramachandra. So he does according to the code of religion. Your position is glorious, O mighty brother. You are never dejected at adversity, nor accelerated at finding joy. You are always able to distinguish truth from untruth. Therefore, you know what is real and what is only temporary and thus ultimately unreal. It is certainly the soul and not the body one should nurture in this world. So it is a once again very bold statement. It is certainly the soul, not the body, that one should nurture in this world. So for this is, in order to nurture the soul, Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha, we need to approach the Shrutis or the Vedas. And out of it is difficult to approach all the Vedas, but we have got essence of the Vedas, that is Bhagavad Gita. One can read and take the nurture his soul with all the knowledge and detach from this material world. So Bharata is glorifying Ramachandra here. And Bharata realized that Rama was only acting with philosophical understanding. He knew that Rama could not physically act outside of the code of religion or morality. Whenever it is coming with the relationships and people and so many things, more than one person are there, one must follow code of religion. If there is only one person, there is nothing for himself. But however, Rama is saying everything here and he is following. Nonetheless, Bharata was himself still doubtful about the justice of Rama's exile. And he is still doubtful. So what it is going? So he wanted to hear those things as well. He spoke to Rama in order to clear his doubts. Were it not formal codes, were it not formal for moral codes, I would have surely slain my sinful mother. How did the king allow himself to fall under her sway? Due to infatuation or foolishness, our father acted wrongly. As his sons, is it not our duty to correct his mistakes? Surely this is the proper religious path for honest and worthy son. So here, Bharata is thinking in that way. My father might have done some mistake, but one must understand if something else happens from the authority, either when our husband says, when our father says, when spiritual master says, and child is following that, he cannot correct those things. Even it appears so, because when you respect the instruction of the husband or a father or a spiritual master or a manager in the office, in the corporate offices, if you are employed, you need to respect whatever your supervisor is saying. It doesn't matter it is mistake or not. Don't try to correct the mistake. In case if you want to give the information, but don't say, uh, don't try to correct it. Don't try to point it out. If you want to give information, so this is the information I have got. Do you think it may be right or not? That is up to you. That means we can just say, but we do not correct it. So here now Bharata has got some kind of doubts here whether my father has done acted correctly due to the infatuation or foolishness. Likewise, still Bharata has got some clarifications. Now, Bharata, okay, we shall go with the next two paragraphs by. Can I request Jayaved Mataji to read the next two paragraphs, please?
Hare Krishna, yes, thank you. Bharata turned and indicated the people gathered around. All these people need your protection. This is the duty of rulers according to scripture. Nowhere is the duty of a ruler stated as being life in the forest. March back to Ayodhya at the head of this vast army. Let your friends feel joy today and your enemies run frightened in all directions. O Rama, if you resolve to stay here, then you shall find me by your side. I can by no means find in myself the strength to rule in your absence. Bharat sat with his head bowed. Everyone was enthralled by the conversation between the two royal brothers, and they became simultaneously joyful to witness his firm resolve and disconsolate to realize he would not be returning to Ayodhya. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, Bharata, he is having these doubts. And in order to keep all these doubts, he is trying to put in a scriptural perspective itself. So people need your protection, O Ramachandra. This is the duty of the rulers according to the scripture. So here he is not saying that it is my wish you come Bharata, you come Ramachandra to Ayodhya and rule. It is Bharata is not saying that. He cannot say because he is younger brother. Now he is putting the scripture. If you are communicating with other person, put the scripture in between. Put the scriptural statements between. When you are speaking to the lower person or spiritual master or father, anyone else, put the scripture. You will be free from all kinds of attachments. So here Bharata is saying that now nowhere is the duty. So is there no here or nowhere? No. Now here is the duty of a ruler stated as being life in the forest. March back to Ayodhya at the head of this vast army. Let us, your friends, feel joy today and your enemies run frightened in all directions. This is the duties of a ruler. So one of the statements, Nonam Chankramanam Deva, Satam Samrakshanaide, Badam cha Astam Yastum Harehe Tiktirhi Palini, Kaddamam Prajapati. He mentions to Swayambhumanu in a statement, the conversations, Kaddamamuni and Swayambhumanu. Swayambhumanu comes with Devahuti to give in marriage to Kaddamam Prajapati. So while he was receiving Kaddama Prajapati, receiving Swayambhumanu, Kaddama Prajapati says, in order to address Swayambhumanu and glorifying what king's duty is. Nonam Chankaramanam Deva Satam Samrakshanaite. As a king, one has to protect the devotees. Chankaramanam Satam Samrakshanaite. Vadam cha asatam yastvam. And one has to punish this asatam. This is the miscreants. Harehe Sektirhi Palini. He is the energy of the Vishnu. Hari. Harehe Sektirhi Palini. He is empowered by the Vishnu. That is so here Bharata is trying to inspire Ramachandra to come and then carry out his duties. Okay, that is also scriptural point of view. So as his sons, is it not our duty to correct his mistakes? Surely. So this is okay. Here it is mentioning. Let your friends feel joy today and your enemies run frightened in all directions. Oh Rama, you resolve to stay here. Then you shall find me by your side. If you wanted to stay here, I will also stay here. Bharata is saying here, I can by no means find in myself the strength to rule in your absence. So again, Bharata putting himself as a menial servant of Ramchandra. I cannot rule by myself. And Bharata sat and with his head bowed, and then everyone was enthralled by the conversations between the two royal brothers, and they became simultaneously joyful. This is whenever people are discussing the philosophical things, not the personal things. Sometimes one person may say that I do not want to do it, but other person forces, you come. Sometimes there is no scriptural conversations that would put the other people into distress, uncomfortable things. if the conversations happen on the scriptural things, that level, because it is Bhagavad Gita, it mentions like that, you do it. I am speaking on this particular statement in the Bhagavad Gita. If they both refer, and then whoever is trying to resolve coming down to that one side, everyone, by hearing those conversations, everyone will be joyful to hear, because they are not doing their personal way. It is from the scriptural point of view, they are trying to put their statements. Okay, so likewise conversations are going on, and then further we shall go for next two paragraphs. Meena Mataji, would you like to read next two paragraphs?
Rama replied to Bharata in a solemn voice, all his life our father followed the path of pity. This is the widely known. Impity would not have been possible for that truthful man. When our father accepted Kaikeyi's hand, he promised her father as the bride price that her son would inherit the kingdom. Furthermore, sworn under solemn oath by Kaikeya, the king you the kingdom and promised you the kingdom and ordered me to go to the forest. Whatever the reasons, this was the king's promise. If that promise is broken, our father will be liable to sinful reactions. Our duty as his son is to fulfill his promise and thereby save him. No other course is possible for us. Rama paused for a moment. He got down from his seat and lifted up Bharata and Shatrugna. You two should return to Ayodhya and protect the people. O Bharata, get yourself consecrated as king and rule the earth. I shall become the imperial of wild beasts. The white umbrella should be held over your head as you ride on the royal elephant, while for my part I shall go on foot, shielded by a canopy of trees, live with live with joy for the city, my brothers, and I with Lakshmana will joyful enter the woods. In this way we shall preserve our father's pity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, the piety and impiety. What is piety and impiety? So there are two angles here. Why Dashrath Maharaj, when he was coronating Ramachandra, he was making arrangements very quickly. So he has called all the citizens and then taken the approval of all of them, and then trying to coronate Ramachandra within a short period of time. But he did not inform the king of Kekaya, so Kaikeyi's father, because he know when he was marrying Kaikeyi, at the time he has given a promise to that king that whatever the son is going to take birth in the womb of Kaikeyi, he will inherit the kingdom. So this is what Ramchandra is reminding. Our father accepted Kaikeyi's hand. He promised her father as the bride price that her son would inherit the kingdom. Okay, that is one thing to remember. Next is the Kaikeyi was inspired by Mandara, and then she was again divine intervention there. Mandara and Kaikeyi mind was polluted for one night, and then she came to Dasharatha and asked for two boons. That is, one is send Ramachandra to the forest and make Bharata as the king. So there are two things are there, Dasharatha's. So in order to keep Dasharatha's promise, even not to the Kaikeyi, but at least to the promise he has given to the Kaikeyi's father, that must be remained there, indebted. So here, in order to clear that one, Kaikeyi is putting her desires first here. So that Dasharath Maharaj will be, if Kaikeyi was quiet and Ramachandra has become king, what about the Dasharatha's promise that he has made to Kaikeyi's father? That is also going to be impiety. It is not going to be piety. So furthermore, this is Ramachandra is stressing that point. Furthermore, sworn under solemn oath by Kaikeyi, the king promised you the kingdom and ordered me to go to the forest. So there is no other way for Dasharatha. And also, he must do that one. And also, demigod's sake, Rama has to go to the forest. Whatever the reasons, this was the king's promise. If that promise is broken, our father will be liable to sinful reactions. So this is again duty of a son to keep to retain the father's promise, to keep him in truth all the time. So this is what Rama says. Our duty as his sons is to fulfill his promise and thereby save him. No other course is possible for us. So this is एतावत् एव शुश्रूषा कार्य पितृपुत्रकैः भाडमिति अनुमन्येत गौरवेन गुरोर्वचः. One must follow the instructions of the father. एतावति शुश्रूषा कार्य पितृपुत्रकैः, activities of the father. Bhadamiti, just like, yes sir, I will carry out. This is my duty. My dear father, I will carry out. My dear spiritual matter, I will do it with enthusiastically. Bhadamiti, yes sir, I will do it. Gaurvena Gururvachaha, with so much of respect. So this is the Lord Brahma says to Kaddama Prajapati. One has to carry out the duties and keep his father's instructions in truth or in piety. So then there is no other course is possible for us. Rama is putting from again statement from the scriptures. So Rama paused for a moment. He got down from his seat and lifted up Bharata and Shatrugna, and again mentions, "O Bharata, you return to Ayodhya and protect the people who get yourself consecrated as king and rule the earth. I shall become the emperor of the wild beasts in the forest. White umbrella should be held over your head in the kingdom as you ride on the royal elephant, while myself, no, I will go on my foot, shielded by the canopy of trees under the trees. So live with joy, whatever the city, live with joy for the city, my brothers, and I with Lakshman will joyfully enter the woods. In this way, we shall preserve our father's piety." So Rama is always speaking in truth. That is called dharma. Now let us see what is further interesting conversations are going on. So this is where we'll stop there. Can I request Usha Mataji to read next two paragraphs, please?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Bharat said nothing. He felt reassured by Ram's reply, but was profoundly sorrowful at the prospect of leaving him. At that moment, a Brahmin named Jabali spoke, trying to convince Ram to return on the basis of atheistic doctrines. Why are you attached to your father, Ram? He was nothing more than flesh and bones and has now merged again with the earth. People who consider that others are in some way related to them are simply mad. Alone we came to this world and alone we shall live. As such, we should only work towards our own interest. You need not suffer now for the interest of your deceased father. Take the throne and enjoy it, O Ram, for this will be in your own best interest.
Hare Krishna. You wanted to finish that one as well, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhu. Jabali did not himself believe the philosophy he was espousing. He was only trying somehow to change Ram's mind. Perhaps Ram would accept the arguments as a pretext for going back to Ayodhya. Most likely, though, he would defeat Jabali's position and thereby establish the path of religion. Either way, Jabali would be satisfied and he continued to speak his atheistic philosophy. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So this
Who is
is
the Jabali Prabhu here?
Mataji.
The Jabali, was it the Prabhu? The
Yes, Javali is one of the Brahmana who have come and accompanied Bharata.
Okay. He tried to convince the Rama, right?
Yes, so he was trying to preach Rama with atheistic philosophy, and somewhere that his desire, he is actually uh, follower of all the Vedic injunctions. He knows everything, and he is also devotee of Ramachandra. But he is trying to preach this atheistic thing so that to bring Ramachandra to the Ayodhya. This is his attempt. But actually, he is a good person only. But he is trying. But let us see how Ramachandra is going to reciprocate. So now, after Bharata said nothing, he felt reassured by Rama's reply, but was profoundly sorrowful at the prospect of leaving him. Now, at the moment, Brahmin named Jabali. So nowadays, whenever there is something conversations going on in the families or some person is going to come and say, "Don't worry, all these things you do this one, you do that one." Some people say that, but if you are simply following that, it is not the right way, righteous way. So one has to put the code of religion, those principles first there. What is my duty? Who am I? What is my constitutional position? What kind of instructions I need to be carried out? So let us see here. He is saying he is trying to convince Rama to return on the basis of atheistic doctrines. Why are you attracted to your father, O Rama? He was nothing more than flesh and bones and has now merged again with the earth. People now consider that others are in some way related to them or simply mad. Alone we came to this world, and alone we shall leave. As such, we should only work toward our own interest. We, you need not suffer now for the interest of your deceased father. Take the throne and enjoy it, O Rama, for this will be in your own best interest. This is the bodily concept of life. This is called bodily concept of life. There is no. So whenever Bharata speak previously, it is one has to nurture the soul in this material world, not the body. And here Jabal is mentioning he is not stressing the soul, but here mentioning on the bodily level. Body, he has left, Dasharatha left the body, body is merged back into the earth, and do not worry about that body. And people who are worrying about that body is simply mad. This is atheistic philosophy. There is no soul concept here. When if you just carefully observe, Jabal is speaking atheist, a bodily concept of life. This is now whatever this modern world is, 99% of the people are like that. Take the throne and enjoy it. O Rama, for this will be in your own interest. So Jabali did not himself believe the philosophy. He knows he is a theist only, but he is saying to convince Ramachandra. So, but the philosophy is not right. He does, he does not he did not himself believe the philosophy he was espousing. He was only trying somehow to change Rama's mind. Perhaps Rama would accept the arguments as a pretext for going back to Ayodhya because Brahmana is speaking. Because when the elder says Ramachandra would follow, uh, so perhaps, this is perhaps, it may not be certain. And most likely, though, he would defeat Jabal in his position. So Rama, he knows he is a personified dharma. He will speak everything, and thereby establish the path of religion. So here Jabali thought either way, Jabali would be satisfied. If he speaks the code of religion, dharma and everything, he will be very happy. And if he continue to speak his atheistic philosophy, so if he accepts and come to the kingdom of Ayodhya, then he will be also happy. Both ways he is satisfied. So, and he continued to speak. So I don't know how long it is there. Um, okay, we will keep it for next Sunday. It is again, it is a most how Jabal is trying to uh, persuade Ramachandra from his determination. To just move Ramachandra from his determination to stay in the forest. Everyone's mood is taking Ramachandra to Ayodhya only. All are good people only. Even Kaikeyi, now she became very calm and good woman now. Only for one night, Kaikeyi was behaving like that. Otherwise, everyone in the Rama's kingdom, all are the devotees of the Lord. All and Mandara and Kaiki just only for one night. That's all. Otherwise, everyone have got good intentions. Okay, I also stopped there due to the time, and I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything on this one Ramayana side, kindly share, kindly reflect, kindly ask questions. Hare Krishna. Angma Mataji, you wanted to share anything, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. No questions at the moment, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So what about the if you are Jabali, how would you have been acted towards Ramchandra?
Me, I support how determined Rama is in fulfilling his exile and fulfilling and how he keeps his father's word above everything else and how he wishes to fulfill his duty towards his father. So I think I would probably support Ramachandra in that, Prabhuji.
So you support Rama, you stay in the forest and follow the principles of uh, instructions of Dasharad. So you support, and but so here comes two modes. One mode is somewhere other I wanted Rama to bring back Ayodhya. One mode is following the dharma and then stay with Ramachandra. Rama, you stay in the forest. So you follow dharma.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, the exact word would be yes, following dharma and following what his following his father's wishes and fulfilling as best as he can as an ideal son. Yes, Prabhuji.
Very beautiful reflection, Mataji. Thank you so much. There is nothing wrong either way you say because Rama is present.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other reflections?
Um, uh, Prabhuji, and yes, how he was, he was so he was not agitated, or he was not grieving in the situation, how he was able to hold his composure and how he knew that everybody is looking up to him, because I also feel that he had that in him, that everybody is looking up to him, and if he is the one breaking down and grieving, then it would not be good support for everybody around him. So I think he understood that and he stayed strong, because in that situation it is to stay strong and understand that that is a part of life, and letting go of the deceased person is also very difficult and very hard thing to do, that only a strong person can do. And yes, how he held himself up and how he stood as an example is very blissful and very praiseworthy, Prabhuji. Yes.
Yes, that is perfect. Perfect explanation, Mataji. So here, Rama as a personified dharma is as a example for everyone else. So his actions are pramana for ourselves, for our lives. But when we are speaking, either we wanted to take Rama to Ayodhya or we ask Rama to be in the forest. Both are right. But here, because Ramchandra is in the middle, if we have one example in the Kurukshetra battle, when Yudhishthira is a dharma, he is he always following dharma. And in one instance, Ashwadhama ataha kunjaraha. And in Krishna asked him, "Oh Yudhishthira, no, you speak into Dronacharya, saying that your son is dead, or Ashwadhama is dead." But Yudhishthira does not like that idea. He wanted to be truthful all the time. But immediately understanding the whatever Krishna is saying, so that in order to keep, because Yudhishthira was, Dharmaraja was bit hesitating, and immediately Bhima, he has killed one of the elephant that is called Ashwadhama elephant. Elephant name is Ashwadhama, And then now he made a path clear so that Yudhishthira can speak that word. Ashwadhama ataha means Ashwadhama is dead. Kunjaraha, it is actually elephant. And when he was mentioning Kunjaraha, before Dronachari hears that one, everyone are blowing the conch shell so that Dronachari could not hear that Kunjaraha, it is an elephant. He would hear only that one, but there is a little bit of duplicity, even though it is truth. And then here you just a little bit hesitated when Krishna says. And one of the instance when Vasudeva, he has promised Kamsa that I would give all my children to you, O Kamsa, as soon as they're born. But there, Vasudeva, he did not fulfill his promise because he has taken the child Krishna to Vrindavana without giving to Kamsa. Two instances. Now here, either you are standing at Rama side or from the Jabali side. It's somewhere other you wanted to bring Rama. So which way now? There it is mentioned Vasudeva he has retained that he wanted to protect Krishna. That's why he has done. He did not fulfill that promise. And Bhagavatam one statement says, Dharmasvanishtu pumsam visvaksena katasuyaha notpada yejidiratim shramayevihi kevalam. Even the one is following all the dharma. Now, if he does not come to the Krishna consciousness, then shramayevihi kevalam. Now, understanding this, so one side is Yudhishthira's pastime, one is Vasudeva pastime, and Bhagavad statement, and then now coming to the Ramachandra, and then one side is Jabali. Now 5 subject matters are there. Because Ramachandra is present, Jabali's mood is taking Rama to Ayodhya. So that is like the Vasudeva. Vasudeva, he did not fulfill promise. And here Jabali, he is trying to preach atheistic philosophy. Because his mood is to bring Rama to Ayodhya, and Vasudeva wanted to take Krishna to Vrindavana to protect Krishna. But Yudhishthira, he was trying to fulfill his promise. Dharma. Yudhishthira is the Dharma Raja. He doesn't want to deviate from the truthfulness. But after that, what has happened? So his chariot was always I think few inches above that, and then it has gone down little bit down to that. It touched the ground. So we see from the Mahabharata. But here, and especially Ramachandra, now he is speaking the code of religion. Now, keeping all these statements aside, if you are observing in which side you are there, whether your mood will change or you would change your reflections or how you are going to do. Now, dear devotees, kindly share your reflections, what you wanted to say. Hare Krishna. Whatever you say, it is not wrong because Krishna is present, Ramachandra is present. Jayaved Mataji, have lifted your hand, Mataji. Did you wanted to share anything, Mataji? You raised your hand.
Sorry, no, I was just going. See, I just want to move somewhere. Just going to say what Hangma Mataji said, so beautifully put, wonderful reflection. And I just wanted to say that Ram Chandra ji wanted to set a good example to us as well, that we need to listen to our parents. And if we didn't, then if he didn't do it, then we would probably not do it as well. So I think he wanted to set a good example for us that if your parents asked you to do something, then you have to do it. Like we have to do it. And that's something that I took from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, you wanted to share anything, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yes, no, Hanga Mataji explained nicely, and then, yes, what the Chaitanya Mataji said, when the parents said, just follow. But here, that, Jabali is trying to convince Ram to take back to Ayodhya. So he's taking the good way, but the Ram would not gonna accept it. But he's still trying to take Ram back to Ayodhya. So this is the he's trying, and that's a good thing. But if the Ram comes back to Ayodhya, then what will happen to that demigods? To what they are trying to kill that old asuras. So that is the old demigods plan, and Ram can come to the forest. So they were thinking that side, but the Ayodhya the Japan is trying to take Ram back. But anyway, that Ram is following that what the father said, follow the instruction. So that's good, Prabhu. But yeah, nowadays in this one present, Prabhu, the father and son, they have arguments that doesn't want to listen, the child doesn't want to listen to the father. But if they listen and follow the father's instruction or environment, so that is the good. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. So,
Very nice, Mataji. Nice reflections. Garinge Mataji, you wanted to share anything, Mataji? Hangma Mataji, you wanted to reflect any revise reflections, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. So I just find it so praiseworthy that how he remained how he set as an example by remaining to be calm even in such a grievous situation, and being that pillar of support to everybody. And since he also knew that his father wanted Bharata to be the king, and he didn't want to offend in his wishes even after his death, so he honored his promise, and he wanted to keep that promise. And how strong willed he was to in into completing his duty towards his father. So it is very praiseworthy, Prabhuji. I find it very blissful when I listen to this. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. So this is a Krishna consciousness. In the Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada mentions one statement. For Krishna's sake, we will take whatever the nonsense business it is. For Krishna's sake, we may plunder. And we may, Prabhupada was mentioning in one of the lecturer to his disciples, he may become thief for Krishna's sake. And gopis, for Krishna's sake, they did not hesitate to become prostitute for Krishna's sake, not for personally. So here, for Rama's sake, Jabali is trying to bring Rama with atheistic philosophy. And when Rama is present, so where there is love of Godhead, there are no rules and regulations. Where there is love of Godhead, there are no rules. This is called Raganuga Bhakti. Automatically flows. Gopi, they do not have to follow the religious principles and all those stuff, because automatically they are with the Lord. यथा गंगाम्बसु अम्बुदौ मद्गुणसुधि मात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहासये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्न यथा गंगाम्बसु अम्बुदौ. Where there is love of Godhead, too much love, no rules and regulations, they do not work. Whatever dharma, it does not work. The love of Godhead takes the highest priority. But when it comes to the person, what it means to me, how I have to live, then so Rama as being a personality, as an example model, then he has to act in the code of religion. And if I am a Jabali, I want, because here I wanted Ramchandra, that relation must be there. So Jabali is trying to take Ramchandra. That is love. Even though he is preaching atheistic philosophy, that is bodily concept of life. There is no harm because he wanted Ramchandra. Once he goes to Ramchandra, and automatically Jabal is not a real atheistic. He is trying to convince only. But Rama, whatever Rama is doing the right thing. And so far Bharata spoke is all philosophical things. And he also wanted Ramchandra to bring back. That is the love. And later on, in the past, we have seen so many people were speaking to Bharata, and Bharata was hearing so much harsh words in the sense, not only from the Kaikei, from everyone else, but Bharata has tolerated all those words and remained firm as being a servant of Ramachandra. The simple tolerance for the sake of Rama. So this is where there is love, there are no rules and regulations. As long as for Krishna's sake we do anything. But when it comes to the personal sense gratificating things, then do all the rules and regulations come from Yemena Nimena cha. Rules and regulations come into the picture when it is a personal thing. For Krishna's sake, no rules and regulations like gopis and becoming a thief like that. Okay, these are few reflections. That's why whatever we hear from the Ramas, Ramayana, and the Mahabhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, and from the devotees, it is so pure, no contamination. Thank you so much, Mataji, for kindly sharing your reflections here. Any other comments, or we shall conclude for today? So that's why whatever happens, either good or bad, always form in the Krishna consciousness. All auspicious things will be manifested in due course of time. Okay, so that is the summary and essence. All Prabhupada was mentioning, all conflicts, all philosophies, everything will be culminated in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so we shall conclude and continue with further japa for today. Okay. वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्ण conscious day everyone.
Thank you.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री